Gotcha. So how was it when you first came to Georgia?
Culture shock. It was different. Like, how you watch the ATL and stuff.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
like that wasn't too far fetched. You know what I mean? Like that's real, but those culture shots, just skating rink,
Yeah,
like there.
yeah,
I mean, I was
yeah,
used to kids all meeting up in one spot, really having fun.
yeah,
They had fights and stuff, but
yeah.
they were having fun. You know what I mean?
Right.
The culture shock, my haircut was different from everybody's. You know what I mean? I was the bold cut. When I say bold cut, I mean the real dark at the top, light at the bottom with the sideburns.
Okay, okay, okay.
Who they talking about me and stuff.
Oh man. Was that a Chicago thing? I like, well, they got okay.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Part of my head.
We used to run fars though when I was coming up anyway.
Everyone with the bold cut.
Yeah.
Sideburn. I'm in sixth grade. My sideburns, I'm a cheap.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Man,
Gotcha.
it was different, but it was cool when I was in Chicago.
Yeah.
Culture shock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So I mean, even outside of that, Phil Krush, if I would have met you around 6th, 7th, 8th grade, even going to high school, what you had going on around that time?
Oh man, yeah. I ain't gonna say bully. I was just the actor. You know what I mean? I dared somebody to want to say something to me around that time because I was trying to build a name for myself. I guess you know what I mean. I was trying to show them that I want to pump. You know what I mean? Everybody doing the skating and stuff, and I'm like, where the gangs at? I mean, I want to find the people who I could relate to back then. So 6th, 7th, 8th grade, you probably found a lost kid getting in trouble, man. And it probably lasted for a long time, for some years, probably. Just trying to figure it out, find out like where's my people at.
Is it because the gang culture is so big back in Chicago? Or?
I think so. It's almost like tribal to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just to say Chicago, but no, growing up in Clayton County, it was the same thing because I found that party I was looking for. You know what I mean? Hits the guy on the second verse of the song. He was like, one of the godfathers of it. You know what I mean? It's called Southside Mafia.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
And a big clip, but yeah, that's kind of where I found my niche. That was like my family, the people I felt close to. You know what I mean? And they protect.
Why is that?
Because they protect me in a lot of situations. There was the first people I met when I came to Georgia, Kendra Road.
Okay.
I was part of a lot of those kids. See, what they did in Clayton County, they split a lot of stuff a couple times. It was called rezoning or whatever. You know what I mean? So a lot of kids that went to school one year didn't go to school the next year together. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
And it kind of made the group of kids that stayed in the same neighborhood become like, you know what I'm saying? So I stayed with the people I knew. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of people from Kendrick Road. So
Gotcha.
yeah, kind of where that went, but. It was bound to happen. Everything grow, expand, become something different. So even the gang culture coming to Georgia was something that happened to me. It's because things is to grow, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Evolve type thing. So
Yeah.
That's what it was though, clicking up with a lot of different people like minded. That came from different cities or that was from this city but wanted to be a part of something. Dad and mom gone. When we came to Georgia, that's when a lot of the parents was going to work. You know what I mean? Like working from 6 in the morning to 6 at night.
Right.
You know what I mean? They needed an outlet, somebody to hang with. You know what I mean? Some to call their families. But I guess that's where all the gangs come from. Being able to say that's your family, your brother, your cousin. You know what I mean? Like
I mean, do you believe when you moved there to Georgia over to Clayco, like you didn't really have as much of your immediate family as a family period, so that's what made you participate in this type culture as well?
Nah, but
No, you wouldn't say that?
no.
You just wanted an extended family?
No. That's why I'm from that. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the tribes. I'm from being a part of something. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It don't just you kind of embedded in once you from there. You know what I'm saying? My family's embedded in it. You know what I mean? When you take the culture, I wouldn't call it a gang. I'm not in no gang. You know what I'm saying? But I call it the culture because it's part of what black men deal with every day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So That's kind of how I feel. I don't know. I wouldn't call it a game.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So pretty much, like you say, you coming up in high school, and like you say, it's this big skating rink culture, which is it's kind of funny though, man. Because even myself, like I was in the skating rink culture. I used to go to Golden Glide on Wesley Chapel on the east side of Decatur. You know what I mean? And also though, I ran with a crew. I wouldn't call it a gang, but I ran with a crew too.
Okay.
On the east side growing up myself. So I was kind of on both sides. But with yourself, okay, you coming up, like you say, you know, with your family, those that grew up in the same neighborhood as yourself. So, I mean, around that time, pretty much, when do you get introduced to doing music? Or is this at a younger age, or is this like later on?
Well, my friends was already doing music. They was always doing music. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they was doing music when you was like in high school or younger? Or?
Yeah, high school.
Okay, gotcha.
By the time I got to high school and stuff like that, my friends was already doing music.
Gotcha.
Me, I was in the streets.
So let's talk about this, Krush. So pretty much like, what was the age you got into doing music? You know, who introduced you to it?
Okay.
Go for that.
All right. So yeah, I had to been about 16, 17.
Okay.
See, I wouldn't say 16, but what it was I was already getting in trouble in school and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Going to jail. I went to jail a couple times in school. I mean, so I was already.
What grade?
I want to say about 10th, 11th grade.
Okay, got it. Around that. I was probably
in and out.
Yeah.
Getting in trouble and stuff. But a lot of my partners, a lot of my homeboys were doing music. You know what I mean? And I used to try to leave the house and stuff to go do music with them. And I couldn't. It was like, you're staying out late, you pass your Kirky. Thought it was a problem with me trying to go do music and stuff. So it was just always something I wanted to do, but never could really get to it how I wanted to because my parents weren't having it.
Yeah.
How you want to school, you're going to be in these books. That ain't what you're supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So yeah, it had me rebelling and stuff. You know what I mean? So reading and stuff like that. So about 16, I got intrigued.
What age you can get locked up to? What?
Oh, okay. So yeah, in school, man, I was at Money's Mill High School.
Yeah,
and
I was familiar with Money's Mill.
It was a morning. We was just having breakfast in the lunchroom and stuff. But leaving breakfast, everybody was rapping. There was a group of people rapping in the hallways, and they was on their little freestyle thing, getting ready to go to class. But I came over there and they was hitting D, and I got to rapping. And when I got to rapping, the whole crowd go crazy in the hallway. Everybody in the hallway go crazy, and they turned up, they hyped the stuff.
Yeah.
And next thing I know, the Clayton County police come running in school. They ran right in the school, cleared the crowd out, grabbed me, picked me up, slammed me on the ground. I broke my arm, like, I had to jail that day in school, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
It's crazy.
That's where.
Yeah, stuff like that. Just okie doke stuff, but it music. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But they got me from Tyson to riot and some more stuff like correction because I got the fight and stuff like that. Damn, I was in 16, 17.
Hello, this is G Bass, Rise of the 1%, Rise Media. We on this Saturday evening about to get ready to knock out some podcast episodes with some individuals here in the city of Atlanta making some big moves. You can see here, look, this is how it goes down. Here when our guests come and sit down with myself, G Bass, otherwise the 1% of Rise Media, to have that conversation, to share a story, share a journey, share what you got going on. So listen, everybody got a story, everybody got a journey, and then you got some things going on, then you definitely can get with us and see if it'll be a fit to be on the Rise of 1% podcast and actually have that discussion with myself. It's going to be a link to a form for you to fill out. You said www.theriseofthe1%.com/pod form. Again, www.theriseofthe1%.com/pod form. It's going to be in this video. You can fill that out, and we can see if it'll be a fit for you to come on and have that conversation with myself. If you don't fill out the form, then obviously it's not for you, and that's fine. We're looking for those that's serious. Those that's serious about rising to the top 1% are already in the 1%. That's what we're looking to sit down with myself right here. As you can see, Rise Media, Rise to the 1%. This is how we get down. And we have a great time and have a lot of fun doing it. So once again, if you're serious, make sure you fill out the form. We'll look over the form, see if it's a fit. If it's a fit, we'll reach out. If not, we won't reach out. We'll just continue to move forward. But with that said, this is G Bass. See you soon. Have a great one on purpose.